Hey guys, I'm here. I'm going to try to expand my horizons in the crochet project world by trying to make a crochet scarf. I made a few scarves in the past. I've shown you a couple that I've done before, but it's going to be a red heart crochet pattern. It is actually going to be a pattern that's made up of a bunch of crochet squares, and I've never made any granny squares or any crochet squares before, so I'm thinking, okay, this will be an interesting challenge to try to make a series of squares that will make up the length of the scarf. So it's basically a little challenge for myself, as we would say. So I'm going to try it. It's called a Crochet in Squares Hat and Scarf, but I will just be making the scarf and I will see how it goes. Okay, so I'll check in with you and show you how the progress is going. And actually, when I complete the first square, I'll show you how the square looks. Okay, see you soon. Okay, I'm back. I completed my first square. It's pretty awesome. It's the first square of 12. So, we'll see how this goes. And I'll have my first experience trying to join them. So, this is where I'm at. I know, come in and check in later. Back time. I'm back. I have 2 squares done. Here's my teal, and here is my off-white. They're pretty cool. I tried the joining row. The only thing that's going to be interesting is because of the 2 different colors, you see the seam a bit more in the slip stitching. So that's the only slight thing, but I don't mind. It's going to be a longer scarf pattern, so it will just look the way it looks, I say. One thing else I learned too is that I should have joined along that side because this is where my extra threads are. So I just have to weave them in a more, difficult. Have to find another spot to weave them in, which is going to be a little bit more awkward. I should have joined them on this side, but you live, you learn. So I'm pretty excited with how this is working out. And yeah, it's cool. Okay, I'll show you when I have a bit more progress. I wanted to just show you a little bit of the progress I've made with my crochet square / granny square journey. My journey to the basics of crochet. Anyway, what I wanted to show you was some of the progress I made. I started finding out I found a pattern from Red Heart, and they had a pattern for their hat and scarf. And so what I basically did was try to figure out, I've kind of stayed away from the basic square. I like projects, like I say, I like to make something that's tangible, so I stayed away from it. So I actually bit the bullet, and I made a scarf. You see? Yep, it's finished now. I just need to finish in the tails. But I have these squares here, and there's a number of them. I think there's 12 actually in this pattern. And I still have to sew in tails, as I said. But I think it's pretty cool. I made it with the teal and off-white yarn I had. And I have a little bit of a fringe on the bottom. And so I was so excited about doing that I decided to just investigate more into the granny square phenomena, and I found a pattern for the basic granny square, and I made this hat, same off-white, and I just found a way to join it the way that they said to join it, and I made this one. So I like this one a lot. I don't know where I'm leading you. I like this one a lot. So, and as well, yeah, I didn't show you the hat. This was the hat that came with the scarf. I decided to do it just in the single color. Of the teal. And that inspired me. This basic structure of exactly 5 squares made me to do the one doing 5 squares in this one. So I just basically just stitched them together. So it's not much of a pattern. But then I went to Teresa, Crochet Geek. You know, I don't know if there's anybody on YouTube who watches YouTube crochet videos who don't know who Teresa is, but she had a pattern for a diamond granny square variation, so we can see it here. And what I did with that was I just did a number of them, alternating the color, and I stitched them together and I made a hat of this one. This one's a bit more fun, it's a bit more light, but I really like this pattern. It's really cool. And I'm like, there's a lot more out there in terms of making hat patterns by coming up with squares. And the last thing I want to show you quickly is, since I've gone a little bit square crazy, is I made a whole stack of them here. Here is one square. This was actually also Teresa's. This is one of her variations of the circle turned into a square patterns. I think this was her pattern 3. And then I made a similar one with, this is the first variation of the circle turned to a square as well. So with these ones, I've done 12. And I'm thinking I might turn it into a scarf at some point. And I basically have them stacked in the order in which I want the color patterns to show up. So I just want to do this quick update on my progress into the world of the granny square, or the basic crochet square. So hopefully we'll see you soon, and talk to you later.